Milad, have you ever had a customer that you thought was a Karen, but it turned out that they weren't? So when I worked at Subway, we had a lot of difficult customers. I don't want to make it seem like every customer that I've ever experienced has had issues or gives me a hard time. It's actually probably something like 1% of the total customers that I've ever served. But well, that 1% sometimes sticks out like a sore thumb, and the lady I'm going to tell you about today is part of that 1%, or so I thought. I was working a normal afternoon shift when this woman walked into the store and she immediately started to complain. She said that she had called about a dozen times to see if we had tuna at the store, but I never received any phone calls. And when I told her this, she showed me the phone number she called and started to complain about how to find the store. She said Google just wasn't doing a good job, and I listened to her complaints, and honestly, I heard her out. The store was dead, and I didn't have a customer for about over an hour, so I had nothing better to do than just listen to her. And well, we finally got to the part where I started to make the sandwich, and man, it was a tough one, let me tell you. She started by asking me about every single cheese that we have, which isn't a problem. I'm a cheese connoisseur myself, so I'm happy to explain our cheeses. But then she called our cheese selection weak, and it kind of hurt my soul. I mean, we are at Subway after all. This isn't like we're not in the middle of Italy. She ended up ordering a tuna sandwich, and she wanted it toasted. Now, toasting a tuna sandwich is kind of a bit of a risky play. Some people hate it. Me personally, I like it a lot. There's nothing better than a tuna melt, but it's really not for everybody. And well, this woman did not like it whatsoever. She wanted to eat the sandwich there, and after about 30 seconds after I walked into the back, I hear the bell ring, and it's the woman. She was appalled by the sandwich, but didn't blame me. Instead, she wanted to order a brand new sandwich that wasn't toasted this time, and she wanted to pay for it. And I told her about probably a dozen times that she didn't have to pay for the sandwich because I didn't want this woman to never come back to the store. But she kept insisting, and so I let her. I made the new sandwich and I gave it to her, walked to the back, and I hear that dreaded bell ring again. I didn't know what I was going to do at this point, and honestly, I was a little nervous about what she was about to say to me. She already roasted my sandwich skills once. Was she about to destroy me again? But as I'm walking back to the front to check on the customer, I just see a huge smile on her face. She was in love with the tuna sandwich that I made. I'm not even kidding. She said that she's been going to Subway for over 20 years, and no Subway has ever made a tuna sandwich like our Subway, and I was literally taken aback. I was in complete shock, and she ended up leaving me a $5 tip. Now, after she left the store, I was honestly so confused on what just happened. I mean, forget about me just working at Subway. Like, I've never experienced anything like this in my entire life before. I was convinced that this lady hated me, and then just like that, in the snap of an instant, she became almost like the nicest person I've ever met. But I forgot about it, and a few days later, she came back in. She ordered the same exact sandwich, and from there, she became a regular customer and started to come in every few days for that tuna sandwich. And every single time, she would leave at least a tip of $5. Now, I haven't seen this lady in years, but if you're out there, you are a true Chad. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment some funny stories that you've experienced at work. I want to share some of them on this channel because, well, some of you have some incredible stories. Please also feel free to watch another video. I love you guys, and have an amazing day.